Hey y'all, so I got a request to do a thorough tutorial on how to use pomade to do your brows. So here I am today to do that. I've been recorded this video, but my family was like very loud in the background throughout almost the whole video, to where sometimes I was like, they probably not gonna hear what I'm saying. So I was like, let me just go ahead and just re-record it as soon as possible. So that's what I'm here to do. So the tools you need, of course, is some pomade, and you need some sort of spoolie and then an angled brush. So you'll need a brush that kind of looks like this, or if you don't have a brush that looks like this, just make sure you have an angled brush and a spoolie. And the other tools you need is a place to put it. So you need brows, or if you don't have brows, you just need a face, a blank canvas to go ahead and carve out how you want your brows. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. I'm going to take my pomade, I'm going to take my spoolie, and what I like to do, my angled brush, and what I like to do is just kind of paint the product on each side, to where it just gives me a thin layer, to where it really doesn't look like I just put any product on there. And then I'm just going to take this side and just brush the hair in the direction where it's supposed to go. So we're just going to brush it in the angle that it goes. And then I'm just taking my angled brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and start carving out. I start with the top of my brows first. So I just go ahead and I start right here. And I'm making very, very light strokes. All I'm doing is tracing where my hair is supposed to grow at the top. Just like that. And then meet it up here. Just like that. So as you can see, all I did was just trace from here, and I took it around and brought it down. And this is what I do first to the pomade. Like, I use it like a pencil. So I just trace the line going like that. And you can choose to dip it again, or you can choose to just use some leftover off of the brush to do the other brow. So what I do now is I just take my brush, and I'm starting it right here. As you can see, do you see how I just drew a line, just kind of meeting from the part where I kind of had the hair missing? And this is what you do to your brows. You just, if you want to carve out the natural shape of your brow, you just do just like this. You just kind of find out where you need to finish making your brows the way they should look, like if they were perfect brows, you know what I mean? So that's what you do. So that's all I'm doing. And what I used to do before, when I first started practicing, I'll take some sort of brush and I'll just measure, just to make sure the two tips of my brows are in the exact location. So it's kind of like a measuring point to see. And if you wanted to, you can use a stick like this. And then what I'll see some people do is they'll take a stick like this and put it across their brow, and they'll just mark a mark of how high they should go on their brow, and then they'll meet it up to that angle as they're starting from here to go there. I don't have to do all that anymore because I've been doing my brows for a long time, but I just wanted to tell you guys what you can do. So now what I do is I'm gonna go ahead and start carving out the bottom of my brow. And I used to do my bottom brow first, but I don't anymore. I like to do the top first. That way I know, because as you see the bottom of my brows, the line is pretty much already there, minus some areas. So I just go, as y'all see, I'm always starting from here, and it's because this area right here, you want it, that's the part of your brow that's going to help it look flawless and natural, is that section right there. So you don't want to go too much in on the area, in my opinion. Now this is the way I like to do brows. If I was doing brows on somebody else, this would be exactly what I would do to their brow. So as far as trying to make it look as natural as their possible brow, but flawless as possible, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise my head up, and I'm going to show you guys how I just take the leftover product off of this brow, and I'm barely making a line here, like barely. And then I'm going to do the same here. Just like this. Okay. That's all I'm going to do for now to that brow. Dipping my brush back in my pomade. I just got a little product. And now I'm going to start here. Just like that. Okay. And go just like that. And now I'm going to take this. I'm going to raise my head back. As you can see on this brow, I have less hair all over. But I'm just taking a light stroke. And doing just like that. And don't worry about being too perfect when you're drawing your brows in. I'll show you guys how to clean up afterwards and make it look crispy and flawless. So don't worry about trying to make it too perfect when you're doing your drawing on. So now that little line we made up here, what we're going to do now is make just kind of hair strokes. I bring mine downward because I feel like if I had hair right there, that's what it would do. So I'll bring it down like that. And then I need to first fill in here. And as you can see with this brow, it kind of goes like that, like a smiley face. But I have to kind of play around with this brow sometimes whenever I go that angle. And so as you can see, this brow looks thicker, but again, I'm going to tell y'all how to clean that up. This is, sometimes I have this mistake with this brow when I go a little bit too high because I'm missing hair right there, and then over here is thicker. But I'm going to show y'all how to clean that up. So when you're doing your brows, you're going to have these flaws and stuff like that. So don't worry about that. I'm taking my brush now and I'm just making hair strokes. I'm turning my brow like that as brushing it in. So if you notice my brush going back and forth, it's because I'm trying to mimic the way I see the hairs grow periodically in my brows. So never take the pomade and never take your brush and dip it in the pomade and paint it on, because your brow will not look for real. Like, it'll look like you have brows painted on. And I'm not saying my brows are finna look like I have on brows, perfect brows, but you just want to, if you want natural looking brows, you just kind of want to make it look as natural as possible. So now I'm going to take my spoolie, and this is where the finishing touches come on, to where it really starts to make your brows look like they grow in like this. And you really want to not dig too hard against your skin, but you really want to let this spoolie touch the background of your brows where you put the product, because you want it to spread out and kind of fade out a little bit. You see the difference, how this one looks more spread out. And then at the tip, this is the only place where I go in and I just kind of brush like that. So now I'm going to go on this side and do the same. So now the next thing you need is Q-tips. I use Q-tips to go ahead and clean up my brow. And I'm going to show you guys what. And I use Q-tips before I go in with the concealer because sometimes the pomade, if it's not all the way dry or if your concealer is really wet, it'll mix in with your concealer and you won't have that true flawless brightness going on to the surrounding skin of your brows. You know, like that look where it fakes like you just got them arched in the color. The skin is light there, like you won't get that. So you want to be very careful with making sure you clean up. And this is why I say you don't have to be too precise because you're going to go back in and clean it up. And this is how I first start cleaning up my brow, is with the Q-tip. So I'm getting ready to do my brows the way I would do it if I was not putting on makeup. This is not going to be a makeup video because not everybody wear makeup, but everybody want their brows to look good. I don't care who you are, like everybody want their brows to look good. So this is going to be my routine I do for my brows whenever I'm not putting on makeup, which is quite often. So now I'm going to take a concealer that's the same color as my skin. When I'm not putting on makeup, I'm putting on a concealer on around my eyebrows that's the same color as my skin. This is in LA Colors, the color Fawn. And I usually don't put this much, but if you own LA Colors, you know sometimes it gets watery. So you got to kind of like mix it around a little bit. That's why I accidentally put too much on my hand. So I'm just taking a concealer brush. And I'm just tapping on some product. And even sometimes when I know I'm not wearing makeup, I'll go ahead and wipe some of that off because I don't want too much. And so then I'm just going in and tracing right underneath to just clean up any imperfections. And as you see, I'm still starting off towards this angle right here, even when I'm putting on my concealer. And this is why I like to use what's left over, because I don't want it to be too harsh, because I told you guys that I am using that I am not wearing makeup, so I need this to look natural. So then you're going to take the warmth of your finger against your skin and just melt that away and make it blend like the color of your skin even more, to where you can't even tell you put concealer underneath your brow. As you can see now, like my brows are pretty much just good. Like this is how I usually would. I would usually put on some mascara and some highlight around my cheeks, and then I'll walk out the door with some lip gloss. So I just wanted to come on here and show you guys some more in depth for those who requested. I did an eyebrow tutorial on my channel before when I first started my channel, but I have changed since then because now I use a pomade. At first I was using a brow pencil by Anastasia. You don't have to have Anastasia at Beverly Hills. You can use any brow pomade that you own. But this is just what I use because I really like her products. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and give you guys this updated in-depth brow pomade look. And please comment down below if you have any questions about it. And yeah, I'm gonna also be trying to do other people's brows because I know sometimes everybody has different brows. So I want to come on, I want to try to give you guys other people's brows, like if I was to do somebody else's brows, using pomade. That way, if somebody might have the same shape as them, they can follow along a lot better. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to be doing it like some of my friends or my sister or my mom's brows. Because my brows are naturally on the thicker side, and I know not everybody's brows are like that. So, so yeah. I hope you guys thought this video was a lot in depth for you guys. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it was very detailed for you guys. If I left out any steps, or if you still have questions about what I've done or how to do your own, please comment down below, because I would really like to hear it and answer your questions so that you can have flawless brows too. And until next time, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in another video. Bye.